Hey everybody, welcome back to Balmoral 2D Baseball. I know it's been a very long time since I did a video. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the title screen we have done nothing with. The batting view is, let's see what that looks like. It's obviously the graphics are not right. I did have some fun with some of these signs in the background and putting some stuff there, but I was really just trying to get a feel for the view, how the field itself, the way it looks when you're in the field, in the fielder view, how this translates to the batter view. And as you can see, we do have totally different kind of look here than probably the last video as well. These are all, again, hand drawn, other than the background, this parallax thing I've found online. But everything else I drew by hand, and I'm not an artist, and it's plain to see, but it's kind of going in the right direction. I've got the foul posts here, got some numbers that are kind of just for decoration. I don't know how far technically that would be. Let's see. Let's just run it, shall we, and see how it's going. We also worked on. We got some music going in the background. I've got that turned way down for the recording purposes, but yeah, let's just go ahead and get a hit here. Obviously, the graphics are... I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see that, but you can't. Pitching. This section here is no different than when we very first started the game. There's glitches, there's bugs. The baseball there, as you can see, is stuck, and it's not even supposed to be visible at that point. Down in the lower right, you can see that the overlay is just kind of ugly, and it's not right. I haven't worked on this screen at all other than the background, just messing around. Most of the work has been done on the field, so let's hit the ball. And as you can see, I've got all of the players off to the side over here. Oh, let me get the ball, because that actually carries the camera with it, and you can see, look at that right there. I've already got a bug. Let's get another hit. I've got the collision shapes a little bit in the wrong spot, so I can't get to that ball. I'll have to keep a note of that. There we go. We should be able to grab this one. I've got player 9 out here in the field just to shag the ball for me. As you can see, our runner is going around. So I'm playing around with these graphics because my son has told me that I need to make the graphics like Among Us. And I've looked at Among Us, and they're doing something absolutely brilliantly, which is something I'm not sure that I have the artistic ability to create. But what they've done is the graphics, almost all of them, kind of look top down, 100% top down, and then the objects in them, like this base here, have some dimension to them, so it has a really cool effect. You know, I'm kind of trying to create that, but I really need an artist to help me along. But so yeah, graphics has consumed far too much of my time. I need to not worry about that and just get the game working so I can play a whole game. But also, we have Mega Man here now, who is not going to stay there either, but I could not bear the black and white stick man, you know, generic thing that I had there before. I had to get a character, and if you can, I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but he does have footsteps. When he runs, he does have footsteps now, and that sound is also going to change. But you also might notice that they've got these little... Some of these other players that I've moved off to the side here have these little arrows above their head. I moved them off to the side so I can work on the batting and not have them all actually doing their job and defending and getting in the way. But we can actually throw the ball now. So whenever you have the ball, we have these indicators above their heads so that you can tell where to throw to. So if I were to hit 5, well, I'm not hitting 5. I'm hitting the left arrow on the direction pad. Now he has the ball, camera is shifting over to him, and he can run around. And now since he has the ball, that arrow is above his head, and you'll see that it's not above the heads of every player, because the third baseman, when is he ever going to throw to the right fielder, which is number 9 here? He's not going to do that. That might be another function added much later, but that's such a rare instance in baseball that I have not made a function for that yet. But we can throw to every other player. Let's just go ahead and spread them out here and have some fun. We can throw to that guy. Let's throw to the first baseman. Let's get him in position here. Throw to the catcher. Catcher's supposed to be right here. And then I've got a generic, see the pitcher is number 1. He just has no arrows. And I'm not sure quite how I wanted to indicate that, but it's not an arrow function, that's just an R key. Because he's going to be, right now it's the R key. He's just kind of a, you know, he's not a baseman. He's not going to get thrown to nearly as much either. He's going to get thrown the ball when the play is over and we want to go to the next thing type deal. But so he's not going to do it that much. So he doesn't need an arrow. But you can see we've got some tails. I'm not sure how well I like the tail on the ball. As you can see when I throw it very far. And it's okay. It's not terrible, but it seems to be the wrong size and there might be some tweaking there that happens. But it's okay. I can throw the ball. It feels much more like baseball than it did before. The ball is not changing size because I'm working on the animation. The animation, obviously the ball is not supposed to just be stiff like that and not spinning and not seeming like it's gaining any elevation during the throw. It's more like a bullet. We're gonna make an animation for that. Also working on the hitting. Let's go back to here. There's supposed to be some curving to the ball, and that's what I'm working on. You can not see it there because it was a very subtle curve, but I want the ball to be able to curve, so I'm adding some forces. And let's just look at some of that code here, because that was very tricky. That's kind of the meat of the issue here anyway. This ball code is getting probably pretty ugly. Here's the heart of it though. So integrate forces, you have sort of a few different built-in game loop functions, I guess, for Godot, and integrate forces is one of them. That's the one I'm using. So if the ball is not hit, and our global status, so this global status, I'm not quite sure how I want to pass state around. Right now I have several variables in globals, way too many actually. There's a lot. And that's no good. I don't like it. I'm going to combine those probably into some kind of arrays, and this will be narrowed down very significantly. But right now, they're separate variables. So if the ball has been hit, see this flag here is only for this ball.gd. This one covers the entire state of the game, no matter what scene we're on. So I probably should just get rid of the ball.gd version of it, the ball has been hit here, and just use our global status. That's some more tweaking that can be done in the future. But right now I'm using both crazily. I don't know why. And then if that's the case, if the ball has not been hit, and we're saying it has been hit here, but it hasn't been marked as hit, that's kind of what that means. Then we're going to hit the ball, and that takes us down to this function here. We're going to use our apply impulse, and we're setting a vector to here. This first parameter of apply impulse is an offset. Think of a cue ball where you hit the ball at the top, it's going to spin forward. If you spin it at the bottom, if you hit at the bottom, it's going to spin backward type deal. That hasn't worked the way I expected it to, so I'm not using it. I'm just not. But I am using the get hit trajectory, and all this does is tell us, it kind of gets a random hit direction at this point. It's not too tied into the batting. More sophistication to come on that as well, just like everything else. But then, back up here, we're randomizing again to make sure we got random numbers. And then we're trying to apply some ball English here with some different ranges. And we're trying to also add a curve to the ball so that it doesn't just seem like a bullet. Now, this has not worked terrific, and this is kind of the latest thing I've been working on. What I really want to do is get this to a point where we can play an actual game, and that's kind of my next goal. This is, I believe, number 7 of the videos. My goal is to not have another video until we can kind of play an inning or half an inning, so we can actually play the game. But getting this throwing working was great, and it makes it so much better. The feel is great. I mean, just being able to toss the ball around is fun. Let's just play catch here. That's kind of cool. It's starting to feel like baseball more and more. I desperately need a character of my own so that I'm not, you know, Mega Man. Mega Man's cool and everything, but he's already spoken for. Just throw the ball around for a while. That's it for this episode, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm not a pro in Godot or programming, but I love it. Have a lot of fun with it. I'm sure I can answer some questions, and I'm sure I'd fail at others. You're more than welcome to ask. Have a good day, everybody. I will talk to you some other time in the next video, hopefully playing some kind of half-inning game here, so we can make this game actually happen. Let's get off these graphics. Stop worrying about these graphics, man. Let's get a game going. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.